Welcome back to the program. Well, teenagers in the ACT aged 14 and above will now be able to apply to change their gender and given name legally without the need for consent from a parent or guardian. This change brings the age down from 16. So while 14-year-olds are apparently not old enough to either vote, drive or consent to sexual activity in the ACT, they are supposedly old enough to change their gender. Bernard Lane of Gender Clinic News joins me now live to discuss this decision. Bernard, thank you so much for joining us this evening. What do you make of the ACT's decision here?
Well, I think you have to look at it in the context that this involves a social transition where the authorities and the adults are encouraging and enabling this opposite sex identity or a non-binary identity. And that happens in the context of a potential medical path. You know, at age 14, one possibility would be puberty blockers, or there could be relatively soon after that cross-sex hormones. So I think it's a change that a lot of people will see as trivial, but it's potentially not. You know, it really can be seen as a form of clinical intervention whereby you are concretising and locking in that identity that is different from their biological sex.
Well, the ACT government, in the rationale for this, says that 14 is an age where young people are generally becoming more mature and independent and can be assumed to have understanding of the consequences of a change of registered sex or given name. Look, I mean, I struggle to understand that because at 14, you're a child. How do you know that you're making the right decision here?
Well, that's right. I don't think that a 14-year-old can understand the potential of this decision to change a name or gender to put them on a one-way medical path to lifelong dependence on hormones. And the other thing that I think is concerning about it is that they're able to do this without parental consent. And the evidence does show that for young people who are struggling, perhaps questioning their gender, it's very important that they have parental support. So allowing this to happen without parental approval could drive a wedge between a troubled young person and their parents.
That's a very good point. And overseas, I mean, it seems like the tide is turning. Sweden has put the brakes on hormone therapy for minors. And we know just in the last few weeks, the NHS in England has banned puberty blockers for children. Yet Australia seems to be still pushing ahead with laws like we're seeing here in the ACT. Why is Australia not looking at alternate options?
I think part of the problem has been poor media coverage, inaccurate, not enough detail, and driven by activists. That is improving, but we've got a lot of catch up to do. Our health ministers, across federal and state governments, in their public statements, they appear to be completely unaware of the international medical debate about these, about gender medicine. So I think that things are going to move in the direction of more caution, but it may take some time. There's an increasing number of individual politicians, as opposed to entire parties, who have informed themselves about this issue and who are worried and getting organised. And we've had a number of attempts to get up inquiries in different states and federally. They've all been frustrated so far, but I think it's just a matter of time before that does happen.
You're right. It appears that debate's certainly stifled on this matter here in Australia. Bernard Lane, it's a really fascinating topic and one that seems to be quite prominent right now. Really appreciate you joining us. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Danica.
Thank you.